my viewers, I welcome you to another edition of your program, The Gallery. My name is Mercy Alexander, and today's edition of the program is going to be so exciting because we have a very vibrant guest today. His name is Honorable Kenneth Gbandi. He is the National Deputy Chairman of ADC. So sit and enjoy the program.
Honorable Kenneth Gbandi holds critical credentials in peace research and conflict mediation with focus on dialogue, conflict, mitigation, integration, and diaspora demographic civil rights. He has served in Hamburg Senate Foreigners Advisory Council as chairman of Anti-Discrimination Committee for 3 years. He is the director of the German federal government African-German Information Center for Social Business and Recognition of Migrant Certificate. He runs Heritage Media Network, one of the major African-European media networks in Germany and German-speaking regions of Europe. Since 2015, Honorable Gbandi is a member of the German-Africa Communication Concept Committee for German Foreign Affairs, Africa Division, dealing with migration of Africans to Europe, a project supported by German Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Honorable Kenneth Gbandi was first elected as chairman of the NIDO Europe in 2016 in Athens, Greece, and was re-elected as the chairman during the AGM of the organization in Austria in November 2018 for the historic 2 terms, and first to achieve this feat since the establishment of NIDO Europe 19 years ago. In November 16, 2020, Honorable Gbandi was appointed Deputy National Chairman, Diaspora Engagement of African Democratic Congress, ADC, which is currently the third largest political party in Nigeria in terms of national spread and the fourth in elected persons. Honorable Gbandi is also co-founder, sports director of Nigerian Football Club Germany, NCGFC, founder and executive director, Miss Africa Germany and Miss Nigeria Germany organization. Honorable Kenneth Gbandi has been inundated with awards after awards for his leadership and diaspora engagement, including Ambassador of Peace, Universal Peace Federation Europe and Middle East in 2019, Ghana Nigerian Diaspora Man of the Year 2019 for Most Impactful Leadership and Engagement, Leadership and Achievement Awards 2019, and from the Nigerian Community Germany, Diaspora Man of the Year for 2016, the Voice Achievers Award, the Netherlands Best International Creative Director of the Year, Sunrise Foundation, Dublin, Ireland, 2016, Best Diaspora Organizer and Organization, African Union African Diaspora, AUADS, Embassy of South Africa, Berlin, Germany, 2014, African Community Ambassador Award, UK, Bremen, 2014, Best Media Promoting Black Heritage, Culture and Awareness, Atlanta, USA, 2013, Think TV Special Award 2013, Tide and Studio Hamburg, Germany, Nigerian European Union New Best Publishers Awards 2015, Malaga, Spain, and Best African Media in Germany, African Youth Foundation, Bonn, Germany 2009, among others. Join Mercy Alexander as she takes us round the history lane. Stay tuned, do not go nowhere.
Hello, sir. It's nice having you on our program today.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, ma'am.
What's piqued your interest into politics?
Well, my experience from University of Calabar, where I was very active in politics, in student politics. Elected the director of socials, proceeded to Germany, where I tried for over 9 years, to change the narrative, the danger of a single story, you will say, how people view Nigerians in Africa. I started my first media organization, African Heritage Magazine, first with the magazine, the radio station, and eventually the TV. I realized that it is, it's very, very more effective to make a change from the political world, because politics set the rules and actually decide about everything that affects us in life, and that is why I want to continue my service to my country in the political front.
That's a good one, sir. Following your recent post on Twitter, you officially unveiled the logo Friends of Kenneth Gbandi. What does that stand for?
Well, like I said, following most of my friends who followed my what we call diaspora engagement in search of homeland development, was the first Nigerian in diaspora to lead the organization for 4 consecutive years.
Oh wow!
Since the introduction since the formation of the organization by His Excellency Obasanjo about 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I proceeded first in Germany, like I said, also the first to have that 2-term elected for 4 years. And so when I begin to express the need for us to, not be allowed our comfort in the diaspora, to blind us from the happenings in Nigeria, a lot of my friends, who understood where I stood in terms of political, happenings in Nigeria, motivated me to say, okay, Ken, you've been having these ideas to serve Nigeria, and we, your friends of Ken, are coming together to support you mentally, intellectually, and otherwise. And so they are basically my good friends across the globe, Europe, Africa, Nigeria, Asia, coming together to say, Ken, we followed your trajectory of leadership in the past 20 years in the diaspora, and we think we want to support you to continue to do the same. So they unveiled that logo, and I am very, very grateful for every single one of them that's involved in doing that.
That's very good to know. Considering all your numerous achievements, which do you consider most precious to you?
Well, I think every single award or recognition is important and precious to me. I used to tell people that even we have a kindergarten coming together to say, thank you for doing this for us. It is precious. It's because they see the good in you. They see the humanity in you. And so we shouldn't actually commonize any award, any group of individual organization coming together to say, thank you for the service. So I will say that all my awards are very, very precious to me.
Now that's good to know. What do you consider the most worrisome thing happening in the country today?
Well, everybody knows today that the security of life in Nigeria, it's at the lowest level in our history, where you see people being killed for their organs for just 20,000. It's not the pathetic nature of being killed as a human being, that human lives in Nigeria are so worthless that for 20,000 you can really get somebody killed to harvest their
their own children.
Even their own children. God bless you. And we have a generation of Nigeria today who believe that Yahoo is the ultimate thing.
Yeah,
they believe that
it's
what you can show off is what matters, and not what you have in your hair or how you can serve humanity. So it worries me that we're having a generation, and you ask yourself, where are we going to be in the next 20 years? If we have a generation that really believe that hard work is not necessary, that how you get your money is not it's not important, but getting the money is what is being justified. So I think the security of life in Nigeria, the level of awareness that this country, with all her glory, with all her her natural endowments, that we're being rated the poverty capital of the world, where we have every 8 minutes, every minute about 8 Nigerians fall into abject poverty. When you progress such figures with the current economic situation, and you ask yourself, where are we going to be in the next 20 years? And it worries me a lot.
And what do you think the government should do about that?
Well, I am convinced personally. Although I think the political scientists they used to say that every country deserves the leadership they have, and I think I will also add that the laziness of the citizenry has contributed to where we are today, where we don't question our political leaders, especially on their policies and how they get their wealth. And so I think that my wish is that we're going to see we have a silent minority that seems to be very, very noisy. They throw their words around, they throw all the Owambers and all the parties around, and giving the impression that is the value of an average Nigerian. I disagree. We have a very, very large sizable majority that are very decent, earning their money in a very respectful way, but they are not as loud as those people. I will say the moment as long as we continue to keep quiet, then this loud minority will begin to take the center stage. And that means also in governance, have the jaguars in government circles that are ruling us and the rest of them. So my wish is that this is a reasonable majority of Nigeria should stand up and start getting involved in governance.
If you had an opportunity to become a leader or the president of this country, what will you start with to impart a very great change?
That's a very big task. Nation building is not like taking an iPhone and press the button and everything gets on reset mode. But I think on a starting basis, if we have a rule of law, a constitution that governs this country, that irrespective of where you stand, that you are subject to the law. I just read just before this interview that one of the Nigerian-born Canadian Minister of Justice was asked to step down because he made a call to the police chief about a ticket he had, a driving ticket he had, if something like that is correct. But it just shows you that this is a country where law, where everybody is not above the law. In Germany, where I'm from, we had one of the first woman who became a bishop, the leader of the bishops in Germany. He was caught, over speeding, and is it over speeding or got a little bit drunk during a control? One of the two. I just want to be very careful that I get my facts very correct. Okay. But within 24 hours, she resigned. We have a senator or something like an equivalent of a minister in Hamburg who is responsible for internal affairs. Was caught driving a bicycle on the right side of the road. He was flagged off by the police, and he was, given a ticket and taken to court. And he paid. So rule of law matters. If we have a constitution and a leader that emphasizes that no matter who you are subject to the law of the land, it becomes, it will help, to steady up the people. And every other thing can now be built upon that. Because like I said, you can't just press a button and change the mentality of the people. Yeah. But you have the rule of law, it will help to create employment. It will help to, make everybody accountable before the different laws we have and the rest of them. And then that probably was the fallacy or the mistake Nigeria made when they voted the current administration in person of His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, because they had this mentality that when he was there with Diaspora, we'll have war against indiscipline, and things were being seen. Nigeria thought we need somebody, who is, who respect the law, and but we knew it was a one chance vehicle that we entered. And then we need to do everything that we don't repeat such mistake in the past. So that would be my take. Of course, there are so many other things one can do. But
so the major one is this?
Rule of law.
Rule of law. That's good. What do you think Nigerians in diaspora need to play to make this nation a better place?
Very, very good question. 2017, 2018, based on the statistics from the World Bank and the Price Water Corp, Nigerians remitted over $32 billion US. Which is actually more than the total revenue from oil generation, which is our main stream of revenue. And then the paper concluded that without such remittances from the diaspora, Nigeria would have gone bankruptcy. That shows you the power from the abroad, the power from the diaspora. And that's why, thank God that you give me that opportunity to ask that question, that we insist that the diaspora have to be involved in Nigerian politics. It's not possible that that a constituency that kept this country alive from bankruptcy, a constituency that remits such a sizable amount of money, are not allowed to participate in deciding
who to be the next president
and who shares those money and those things that and so that's why it's unacceptable. Yeah. And that's why we're saying, okay, until we win the battle, to have a voting right, we should also seek other possibilities, of getting involved. And that is why the Friends of Ken and most of the diaspora are saying, you know what, we are going to come down to this country, our land of our birth, and to join them in search of a new political order in Nigeria. And we are calling so many diaspora that they shouldn't shy away from that, and they should take that opportunity to come back and do that.
Now, as the deputy chairman of National
African Democratic Congress, yeah.
Now, what are those things you people are putting in place come 2023?
Fantastic. First and foremost, I want to say that ADC is a party of ideas, and party of people with integrity and with thinking outside the box. That's number one. But we are putting more than ideas in place. First, we have a policy of 35-35, which means 35% for the youth and 35% for the women. Yeah. Which means in a country of about 200 million, we're saying that 70% of members of the position for the members are dedicated for the youth. And dedicated to the youth and the women. That has never happened in the history of any political party in Nigeria. In addition, if you're in ADC and you are a woman and you want to contest, you have a waiver from any kind of nomination form or any kind of payment for nomination. Lastly, as a youth, also you have the opportunity to contest in any position in ADC from the ward level to the presidency, and that's why you have a lot of the aspirants currently at the councillor level or at the local government level are all young people under 25, under 35, and that is part of the policy we are thinking about. Now, I am the deputy national chairman of ADC, Diaspora Engagement. ADC is the only party in the history of Nigeria that has recognized the diaspora constituency. I've just mentioned few minutes ago what we are remitting to this country, and the fact that a constituency that has remitted so much for Nigeria have to be represented, and that was why the position of National Deputy Chairman Diaspora was created, and we are represented at the highest decision making of the party, where we bring in our best international practice to play for the party. So these are things we hope that giving opportunity to our women folk, to the people with persons with disability, to women and to the youths, we are hoping that we should match the money bags. And I want to use the opportunity to say that if somebody, let's be honest with ourselves, if a candidate is ready to pay 50 million to serve you, and not the campaign money involved, is paying 50 million to serve you, what do you think he's going to do when he gets in there?
Of course, he's going to make back his money.
Of course! Making his money is one. It's going to be a return on investment. So the first thing he's going to do is to get his investment, one. Then he wants to make a return on investment. So anybody who is buying a form for over 40, 50 million, it's not a politician, it's a businessman. And he's going there to make business. And that's one of the things we need to begin to take into consideration. That if we want to have a new Nigeria, we either have to take their bonbons or their when I mean bonbon, we call it sweet in German. Sweet before somebody will get me. If they give you these sweets and these peanuts and these 4 packets of noodles, and you collect it for the next 4 years,
of course you have sold it.
We're going to suffer for the next 4 years. So it's a time, it's an opportunity for us to stand up once and more, just like the NSAS movement, to say enough is enough. We need people with integrity, we need the youths, we need the women to come into the leadership. And this is 2023 is an opportunity for us to do that.
Okay, now, sir, while we were chatting before this interview, I saw when you were talking to people about so many scholarship. Can you just enlighten us more about that? On
a very, very bigger level, I've been carrying out a lot of youth empowerment in Delta State. The last one was in 2021, where we had about 1 good month of youth empowerment. We flew all the best brains across the globe, from UK, from Germany, from US, and they came for 1 good month. We're teaching them about youth empowerment, and it was also very, very successful. Now, why do we do that? We did that because from all my perspective, we realized that a Chinese will come to Nigeria with about $10,000, and after 1 or 2 months, he set up a farm or a shop, and after 6 months, he started exporting his goods with $10,000. And we asked ourselves, I've been a member of the German Foreign Office, strategic team on migration, and the issue of danger of migrations to Europe, where we have a lot of hundreds of souls lost in the Red Sea trying to cross over, and a lot of also human smuggling. And we knew, or I knew, that most of these human smugglers, they paid them as much as 10,000, 20,000 euro to get smuggled. So I just felt that there's a total disconnect. If the Chinese and the Asians can come here with 10,000 euro and start up a business, and we are selling our billionaires and all that, and we are to travel outside, and there's no guarantee you won't enter Europe because you might end up getting deported. So the idea is that we discovered that the kind of education we have in Nigeria does not prepare us for life after school. We are following the British kind of education where you cram mathematics and English and everything, and you come and pour them and pass your exam. But in real life, it's not happening. So what we are doing was we are following a certain model where, thank God you have the basics, but you don't even need to be a graduate. But once you can read and write, or even if you cannot read and write, but you have a business sense, all we need to do is to help to mold your ideas on recognizing the opportunities around you, and also to see exactly how we can, get access to international funding. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. We did that for Delta State, and I'm happy that a lot of states are actually interested in replicating that in their state. But like I said, charity begins at home. Delta is my state, and if I have the opportunity, I'm going to do that again in Delta State.
Do you have any plan to run for a political office in your state?
Yes, I do. But again, yes, I do. Otherwise, we won't have the friends of Ken. But the proper thing to do is to to follow a due consultation. I need to meet with my people, starting from my village, starting from my constituency, then look across the state, look at the stakeholders, and say this is what I intend to do, and hopefully I will get their prayers and their blessing. And once that is done, I will be making it public.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Now let's talk about the youth. What are your advice for the youths in Nigeria?
I've listened to so many programs, debate, where what you see or what you hear every day is that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. I agree. What you also hear is that 70% of Nigerian population are the youth. I agree. But what is the use of 70% of a population if you cannot put that into proper use to make a political decision? Yes, you can have the number, but if you're not organized and if you're not using that number to effectively make a change, that number is as good as useless. Let me be very, very careful so I don't quote the wrong statistics. But if it is true that we have over 150 million Nigerians that voted for Big Brother's Nigeria, and we have less than 27 million that voted for presidential election, it shows you where the problem lies. If the youths who are the masters of modern media, every handy you have in your hand is a communication gadget, and we cannot muster ourselves, forget about APC. And I tell people, there's a post I posted, our problem is not about APC, PDP, or headsmen alone. Our problem are basically those people who spam our social media every single day, complain about Nigeria, why Nigeria is not working. But tell them to go and join APC. They tell you APC is for money bags. Tell them to go and join PDP. They say it's the same thing. Then come to ADC, which is the best next alternative. Yes. I'm happy to say that. They will say we are not money bags, we can't win an election. So tell me, where do we start from? So please don't brand those numbers for me. They are useless to me. Sorry to use that word. But it's important that if you have those numbers, you can put that number into practice. Get yourself organized. Forget about ADC. Get another political party. Organize yourself. Put up a candidate. Say this party is for your youth candidates. We will do everything we can to produce them. Then you start making impact. Of course, my appeal is that they should come to ADC, which has already offered them the platform of 35-35. So I'm using this appeal to talk to the youth. So please come to ADC where you have the opportunity and the ability to give your God-given talent to change this country for the better. Otherwise, that numbers you are branding remains nothing and means nothing. And that's the truth of the matter.
We all know that right now we don't have the youth in power yet. We have the leaders. I call them the mothers and the fathers because they are the only ones in power right now. What do you have to say to them right now?
You mean the youth or the
we're talking about the elderly ones, those up there, the 60s, 70s.
The dream of every father is to see your kids get better than you. I'm emotional when I talk about this. I was in the primary school when I started hearing about Buhari and Obasanjo. In secondary school, we're still talking about Buhari and Obasanjo. In my 50s,
you're still talking about the same people.
Hello, what are we talking about? We have some senators in the states, in our different states. They've been there for the 4 or 5 good terms. Hello. Well, of course, like they will make reference to America. That's what I normally hear from lazy politicians. They say in America, but the senator can stay as long as possible. Are you in America? Do you have the kind of facilities Americans have?
Do you even do what they do?
Do you do what they do? What is the tax code here? What is the element of social nets? If you're not working, what happens to that? So please don't always take the good part of everything and say, but they do that. But when it comes to laying the foundation, we're not doing that. No, so my idea is that it would have been nice if they say, my kids, my children, we've done our own bit. Now it's your turn to take over and do. But power is never given on a platter of gold. So we need to retire them in 2023. And the only way to retire them is for youth to come together, have an alliance, youth alliance, irrespective of your political ideology. Let the youths come together and retire our fathers. They deserve retirement. We are wishing them a very happy retirement. So I hope and I pray that by 2023 we're going to retire them.
Thank you so much, Tara, for your time. Hello, my viewers. I'm sure you have learned 1 or 2 things from our guest today, Honorable Kenneth Gbandi. And for we the youths, like he said, we need to come 2022. We're already in 2022 to make sure we vote in the right candidates to lead us in the next 4 years by the grace of God. I still remain your host, Mercy Alexander. But don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.